Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Yes. Okay. Yesterday's episode was ridiculously long, and today's might be ridiculously short. I don't know how it's going to go. I got up this morning and I started thinking about lighting up the submarine. Remember, we drilled a tiny little hole in this piece of scrap plastic and mounted an LED in it. We'll take a close look at that. That paint worked really well as glue. So I'm probably going to use that method if I go ahead with this lighting thing. But I started thinking about if I want to individually dim my LEDs, I'm going to have a constant voltage of about 3 volts or so coming into the main, what you might call motherboard, I guess. And then from that branched out will be individual lines to each LED, but I have to be able to put a resistor of some kind in the line so that I can tone it down. Otherwise, it'll be quite bright if it's a full 3 volts. And so I was thinking about, what value of resistor? So I knew I had some resistors, and I got them out here this morning, and I'm looking at them, and it says 1M and 1K, and I suddenly remembered or realized that I had forgotten. In other words, I didn't remember what that stands for. So I can do one of two things. I can either ask Google to help me, or I can just measure them. And I'll figure it out. But it's frustrating, when you only do this sort of thing maybe once every 2 years, and it's not your hobby. It's not always on your mind, and you forget little things that you should know or that you have to know. So in other words, these variable resistors, they come in different values. From 0 to 1,000 ohms, or from 0 to 10,000 ohms, and that sort of thing. Now I don't know how many thousands of ohms I need to put in the line to dim the bulb. It could, you have too much resistance, and it's not going to glow at all, and too little, and it's not going to make any difference. It's going to be, as soon as you put the power to it, it's going to go as bright as it's going to go. So you got to get sort of a happy medium there. Well, I got to figure out what is the happy medium for the adjustable resistor, so that I can have it from nothing to full bright. Now, some of you know, and you're getting all ready to type it in. Well, probably by the time I see your comment, I will have figured it out. Anyway, that's what's going to happen here today. I'm going to work on that, and how the rest of the day is going to go. Oh, we got to open our Christmas card too. How the rest of the day is going to go, I have no idea. I'm just going to putt ski along through the day here, and if it works that I can press record and take you along with me, I'll do it. Otherwise, it might be a real, as I use the word gimpy a lot, well, it might be a real gimpy episode here. Well, it is what it is, right? Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and figure this out, and then maybe we'll take a nice close look at this LED that I put in here. Drilling that hole and dropping it down through the plastic, I think it looks quite like a light fixture in a submarine, sort of. well, at arm's length it will, that's for sure. Okay, let's get going here. Okay, I've concluded that my idea is probably going to work. Well, I sort of knew it would. I knew it had to. I just didn't know that these adjustable resistors that I've got are just about right. It's just a coincidence. I thought they might be too strong. Or in other words, they wouldn't resist as much as needed. Now, I've got the voltage set over here to approximately 3 volts. And if I turn down the resistance, you'll notice that the LED is getting brighter and brighter and brighter until but what I'm finding is that to adjust it delicately, you might say, this thing is not very sensitive. Now, I found that if or maybe it's too sensitive, let's put it that way. I can use these to adjust this, but it'd be okay. In other words, I found that if I put one of these 330 ohm resistors in the line, like in a series, then this is just a little bit easier to adjust, but it doesn't get as bright. But I don't think I'd want them that bright anyway. Well, maybe some of them you'd want bright, but I guess it would depend if I was to be painting the back, or not the back side of it, but the front side of the bulb, so that it didn't, hit you right in the eye, if you know what I mean. Okay, enough messing around here. We're not at that stage yet. We're just going to want to take a look at step number 3 today. And okay. What do we got here? You can't see the clock, but it's 9:45 already in the morning. So I've wasted about 2-3 hours here. Well, I guess it's not wasted. I concluded that yes, this is going to work. And I found out that these will actually work. I think these are actually quite inexpensive. And check on Amazon and find out what you can get them for in a package of 50 or something like that. Because I would need at least 30 if I was going to be adjusting each LED individually, which right now is sort of the plan. Now I know that means you have to run lines all the way from the LED to the to these things at the control panel, but why not? That's doable. Okay, I forgot that I was going to show you how well that paint had acted as glue there. It looks like it may have gone down into the crack, like where the hole was where the LED went through, but from the side it looks quite believable. At least I think it does. It is emanating most of its light off the end, but also around the side. I like these little LEDs. I think the small ones are going to work out pretty good. If I lower the voltage here, they get a little bit more believable. Maybe that's too low. Yeah. Anyway, I think these are gonna work out quite nicely here. Just drill a hole through the overhead bulkhead, and in which case is this thing right here. Okay. Let's take a look at step 3. Now, yesterday afternoon, Missy came in for a dog cookie. Yeah, she comes in 2-3 times a day. Unless her leash is wound up around something, then I have to go out to her. But anyway, when she was on her way out, the neighbor said, "You've got mail." Yeah, I had mail.
Thanks, Corey.
Oh my. Oh my. There we are. That would be the USS Iowa, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Corey. Thank you very much. Okay. Step 3. It looks like, I was just going to say we have to get a bunch more parts, but we've already got all these. Bonus. But they're not painted. No, they're not painted. Okay, this is this. Let's recompose here and see what we've got. I'm thinking that maybe I might do better to spray some of these things. See, we got this over here. We did that already. But all these other little pieces. Yeah, we got, none of this is painted, except the end of our torpedo. No, none of these pieces are painted. Okay, I was just sort of looking at these things here, and some of these pieces do not lend themselves well to being airbrushed, because they have to be painted on all sides except the side I'm holding on to here. That side gets plugged in, and yeah, so this whole thing, I guess, hangs upside down from the overhead bulkhead. Like this is, you might call it the ceiling. We're looking at it upside down right now. And so, for instance, this piece right here, it plugs in right there. I'm just thinking there's probably no reason why I can't brush paint all these pieces. A lot of them I can hold in, self-locking tweezers and stuff like that. And we're probably not going to be doing the lights, because remember, we're going to be putting in LEDs. Now, speaking of LEDs, where is that LED? A little while ago, I edited out everything that you've seen up until this recently, and I was noticing I did not really move in very close, and you couldn't really see how this looked. So I think maybe, and I also noticed it looked like I was seeing light coming up from the back here, and we certainly wouldn't want that. We don't want the what is supposed to be a dark area hidden in behind, all lit up. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the macro lens on. We'll have a nice close look at this, and I'm also going to put a little bit more black paint right there. Okay, you can see here where we have what seems to be like a little crater, and the surface of it has collapsed. Now, there is something that I did do yesterday, or whenever I did this, that I didn't mention, and that is that afterwards I used the heat gun at 160 degrees for quite a while, trying to rush it, and I think that might have been a bad idea. So we're just going to take and fill that crater up, and this time we're just going to let it dry naturally. Yeah, because the light was emanating out of that hole. So we'll just build this up. I don't think I can. I think I pretty much got it filled up there. Okay, let's just leave that alone now and see what happens. We'll check it out tomorrow, and we'll do a before and after. Okay, I was starting to mount my parts in self-locking tweezers and so on, like you see this piece right here, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that Chris's alligator clips work quite well on some of the parts, so that's a bonus. But I found that I did not assemble one of the tiny little modules here, which is this one right here. And I'm just using some extra thin here. And the G19, which I have in the Tony's tweezers here, is supposed to go on the G35. Like that. I don't think it's quite straight. Am I going to be able to straighten that now? Oh, I bumped it worse. It always happens, doesn't it? I make it worse. It's supposed to be, I think, basically square on there so that the... I don't know what this is supposed to be. But I think I basically got it. I think I got it. It's supposed to hang from the ceiling the other way up. Okay, this piece here that I'm just picking up is supposed to be glued onto this piece right here. And this part is supposed to be painted the 339, and the tanks, I think, are the 338, or is it vice versa? Maybe it's the other way around. The tanks are supposed to be the darker, so that would be the 339. It might be a good idea, if this is going to be painted the light, then this part here that I just put on should be painted dark, so that they'll contrast. Now, there's a really good chance that this entire piece will be somewhere hidden in behind, the torpedo tubes or something like that, and we're not going to see it anyway, but maybe on the other hand we will see it. So I like parts to contrast so that they can be seen, even if the color might not be quite right. So I want to keep that in mind. Okay, so this part is this entire piece here, as near as I can tell, is supposed to be the light gray, which is the 338, and then the tanks are the 339. So that would mean this should be the 338 then. No, this should be the 339. I'll get it right yet. I was just thinking the 335, which I'm going to be painting a lot of these pieces, is quite a bit darker than the 338. So yeah. So a few moments ago I was sitting here and I was just finishing up mounting all these little pieces. And I hear my mailbox rattle, and I look over to the monitor and I see I'm getting mail.
Tennessee Jim, you made it.
Well, we're gonna have another card to open here. I don't know if I should dare to open this one on camera or not. Let's see what happens here. I guess if it's too private, I can always not post it, right, Jim? Okay. Yeah, that kind of looks like me, all right. Okay. Thanks, Jim. I'll put it up over there with the other three. Okay, you know what? What do we got here? 2:34 in the afternoon. Can you see that? Okay, it's time to call it quits here. I don't have time to paint this now. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you in the morning.